Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Healing Inspiration and my name is Ramona, and today's reading is what is going on with your children, and this reading is intended to address children under the age of 13. And so just whatever comes up, what's going on with your children, anything maybe about their personality, I guess we'll just see what comes up. I want to let you know that I do offer personal readings. Please send me an email, divineinspiration77333@yahoo.com. That information is also in the description box. And if you would like to donate to my channel or reach the timestamps or to participate in the giveaway, you can take a look at the information in the description box as well for all of those things. So we'll just start getting into the reading. We have 6 piles. This is pile number 1 with this tree. And pile number 2 has this tree. And if you have multiple children, you can pick various piles. And then this tree for pile number 3. And for pile number 4, we have this tree. I don't know how well that's focusing. For pile number 5, we have this one. And for pile number 6, this one. So go ahead and choose your pile or piles and we'll get started with the reading. Hello and welcome pile number 1. If you chose this tree, this is your reading and this is what's going on with your child or children under the age of 13. I'll be doing another video of over the age of 13 and over. So we'll just pull out your cards and see what Spirit has to say about what's going on with your kids. Release from the Chakra Oracle deck. The Knight of Wands from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. The King of Cups from the Lightseers Tarot deck. From the Energy Oracle deck, we have Journey. Next, we have Challenges. Unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Please take over, Divine, and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. Next is Messiah, serving humanity with humility. And the shadow attribute, and this is the archetype deck. The shadow attribute is exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. And then finally, from the Spell Magic Oracle deck, we have Health, card number 30. Mother Earth sweet, Mother Earth bright, bring to me your health and might. So first of all, what I see about this child seems to be very emotionally mature for their age. I think they already feel like they have a sense of purpose. I think it's something you can see in this child. Like maybe they have like this big calling. But at the same time, I mean, they're extremely playful, they like adventure, they are a child, they like going places. And I feel like they're really active I'm feeling more of a masculine energy from this child. But, I mean, they could be male or female. And that is even less distinct when they're so young, under the age of 13. And I feel like even if there have been challenging situations, that they take it in stride. Whatever, household challenges or challenges with parents or something like that, they really take it in stride. They get over it really quickly. They may get into little scuffles or fights with siblings, or even, they're very strong-willed. But they get over it and let it go pretty easily. I feel like there's possibly a father figure or a masculine energy that this child really admires and is close to, and feels very loved by. I think they feel very loved. There may have been some health challenges in the family, which has been of concern. I don't know if they've had to deal with a death of some sort at some point, even if it's a pet or something. But they're still able to move on quite easily. They have a greater understanding of things in life for their age. It's like, I want to say an old soul, but I feel like they've come here with a purpose, and there's an awareness within their energy of it. I think this child may be good for your emotional and mental health, actually, and good for your health somehow. Yeah, once again, they're adventurous. They do like to go on trips. I think there's a very fearless energy about this child. They may enjoy dance or even acting. And I think they come up with they'll say things that seems like, oh dang, how would you know something like that? They're older than what they are. I mean, they may have gone on a lot of trips, because I do see journeys and travel, and that is something they really enjoy. Some may take dance, or have been ballet of some sort, or would really like that or be good at it, or gymnastics, I'm thinking. But they always like a new challenge, a new adventure. I see someone, climbing all over stuff, climbing on gym equipment, just a climber, someone who likes climbing and being active and just always on the go, yet with this interesting level of maturity for their age. And overall, it looks like they're doing pretty good. There's nothing particularly negative here. I mean, I do think they feel like the center of the universe, but that's normal with young children. That they are the center of the universe. But it looks like they're doing well. Okay, pile 1, that was your reading. If you liked it, like it, comment with a starfish if that resonated, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, because I upload new content almost every day. I hope that inspired and encouraged you, and I'm going to move on to pile number 2. Hi, pile number 2. This is your reading if you chose the pile number 2, this blue tree here. And this is what's going on with your child or children under the age of 13. And we'll just see whatever information comes out. I will do a reading at a later date of how your children 13 and over are doing if you have older children. So first, the card is service. And that's the Chakra Oracle deck. And then we have justice from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. The 3 of Cups from the Light Seers Tarot deck. From the Energy Oracle deck, we have Deceit. From the Wild Offering Oracle deck, we have Mistakes. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. Then we have from the Archetype deck, Detective. Great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek the truth. The shadow attributes, voyeurism, falsifying information. And then finally we have card number 37, Fertility. Let all take root, seed and sprout, let new life be all about. So I get this child might be a Libra. So I don't bring up too many signs, but there might be some Libra energy here. And I do think this child is quite mischievous. I mean, we have deceit here, and it says falsifying information over here. So I think they're pretty good at, like, hiding stuff. Maybe they steal little treats or little toys, or may hide that so other people don't get a hold of it. I think they might have little friends, or they may have, you know, a few siblings going on. They do enjoy and they have fun playing with their siblings or their little friends. If they have play dates or something like that, it's something they really enjoy. But they are a very smart little cookie. Something they could get into in the future is some kind of a community service or in law and justice, whether an attorney or something like that, or a police officer, obviously a detective. But I think like to protect and serve, which is interesting because it seems like, but they kind of know of how to work the system, sort of. Whether you like the system in the household of how to get away with stuff and just be mischievous. And I think this child really knows how to get away with stuff, but they can really, they really know what's going on. They're very observant. They are understanding of situations and people in the household. They just have a sense of it. I think they feel really good that you take care of them when they're sick or they're not feeling good. They definitely, I don't think they feel lonely. They may enjoy being outside at night. They enjoy being read to. I think you may have a bedtime ritual that they really like. And I feel like there is some grandparent or an older person, it seems like a feminine energy, who they may be close to or may have seen some illness with them. And they would like to help take care of people, like to whatever degree they can. They really like sweets. And let's see. I mean, I think they feel loved even when they make mistakes. they feel like you handle that very well and take care of them, and you're not like mean about it. And they really appreciate that. But they have this very curious energy. They want to find out stuff, find out how stuff works, find out how things work. And they really enjoy playing in groups and being in groups, I feel. And sometimes they have trouble doing the right thing, and they may not know completely right from wrong. I think they do, but some of the things they do, I don't think they realize are wrong, or, you know, not, I mean, I don't like to say wrong, but aren't according to the rules of the family. But so they like to appear as though they follow the rules, but they do some underhanded stuff. Like mischievous. They're just very mischievous. And they feel well taken care of. And this child could be very creative as well. And likes to build stuff and put things together. Like in a way where, or maybe even take things apart to see how they work. So yeah, it seems like they have a fun, playful, mischievous energy. They seem to be very smart, can get away with things if they need to. Maybe steal little candies or whatever, maybe from their siblings. And could have a purpose of being in some kind of law and justice arena for their future. So that's what I see for your child, pile 2. If you like that, like this video, comment with a little devil, like a little mischievous emote icon. Oh, is that what you call it? Anyway, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, because I do post new content almost every day. And I'm going to move on to pile number 3. Hi, pile 3. This is your reading if you chose this cute little tree. And this is what is going on with your child under the age of 13. I will be doing a reading at a later date about children 13 and over, but this is for under the age of 13, and we'll see what your reading says. We have from the Chakra Oracle deck, Rejection. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. And then from the Light Seers Tarot deck, we have the Page of Swords. From the Energy Oracle deck, we have the Temple Path, card number 12. And then from the Wild Offering Oracle deck, we have Solitude. Once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. And from the Archetype deck, we have Beggar. Confronts empowerment and the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. The Shadow attribute, dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. And next, it's card number 10, Authenticity. Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. I think this child is probably rather introverted. They're okay being on their own. They may spend a lot of time reading, studying, researching online. See, a lot of time spent online. But they're a very independent child. They're able to take care of their own needs. I'm feeling a single parent household, possibly. because this child feels very like on the mature side, able to take care of their own needs for whatever stage they're at. They're pretty good at that. I think they have their own little world of fantasy, like fantasy and creativity, and just they're kind of in their own little world, and they enjoy their world. They may have some self-esteem issues, I'm picking up. I don't know if they've faced any bullying at all. I don't know, from siblings or from students at school or something, because there is a feeling of having some self-esteem issues, but at the same time we have the Nine of Pentacles and authenticity, and they may project themselves as quite confident. And I mean, in spite of that, I think they are themselves. They're just truly themselves. And they may have like a quirkiness to them. But I do feel in some way they did feel rejected at some point by somebody or somebodies, which has harmed in the internal self a little bit. But I think it's definitely something that they will get over, because they seem like a very independent and strong person who can meet their needs. And like they're an introvert, and they get energy through their own empowerment. Like they're personally empowered. I'm feeling a little bit older child here. Like still under 13, but maybe about 12, 10 to 12 maybe. And some maybe not. But I think they have like their own special place. Maybe even like if it's in your backyard or in a park, or there could be a garden or somewhere, that they just feel really good and safe. And it's like their own special place where they can imagine this lovely fantasy world. I think this child is very much up in their head a lot. So I feel a creative intelligence. This child may be an air sign. So I just have this creative intelligence feeling. But I feel they're also connected to the earth, connected to nature, connected to animals. They have a very grounded type of energy. Like they connect to the earth and to the plants and to this stuff. They think a lot. They are up in their head a lot. And I think they're also quite a beautiful child. Like you probably get a lot of people, oh, they're so adorable, they're so cute, they're so sweet. They're like, ah. So when people see them, they're like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. I'm thinking, the chubby cheeks or something. Very cute, very adorable. Sometimes they can be quite lazy. But they need to replenish their energy. Being around other people actually like pulls away from their energy. I'm having a feeling maybe this child has had some paranormal experiences where they see things that maybe you can't. Which is not unusual with children. They can see more into the spiritual realm. But it seems, because like there's 3 spirits here, and with these orbs, there's 3 spirits. So they have like 3 angels, 3 spirit guides. Maybe you have loved ones that passed on who are really around this child and protect them. So if you have any concerns about their protection, I think they are very well protected. And there's 3 of them, for sure. No, I'm getting this child may like coffee or tea or something like that, or have like a really favorite drink that they have to have all the time. And it's probably, I'm feeling it's caffeinated or something. All right, so this is what I have for you, pile 3, for your child. If you liked it, please like the video. And if it resonated, comment with like a little angel figure or something. That would be cool. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I do upload new content almost every day. And if you have any suggestions for other readings, I definitely welcome that in the comments. I hope that inspired and encouraged you, and have a beautiful and blessed day. I'm going to move on to pile number 4. Hi, pile number 4. This is your reading if you chose this lovely pink tree. And this is what is going on with your child or children under the age of 13. So I will be doing a reading at a later date of children 13 and over, if that would interest you. So first, from the Chakra Oracle deck, we have Acceptance. And then we have Strength from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Next we have the 5 of Pentacles. And then from the Energy Oracle deck, we have card number 14, Carrying Connections. Then we have from the Wild Offering Oracle deck, True Love. Your wholeness and safety lie within, not from a partner, but this sovereignty actually leads to the deepest intimacy for you to stop using others. Let me stand on my own feet, dear Lord, and know true love. Saboteur from the Archetype deck highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. And then the Shadow attributes induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. And finally, we have Justice, card number 5. And this is from the Spell Magic deck. By the power of 3x3, Matt, deliver justice to me. So this child may be a Leo or a Libra. Doesn't have to be. But I feel there has been possibly some financial issues in the household. There could have been like going from a single parent household to a 2-parent household or vice versa. And whatever this change was, it did make the child feel isolated in some way and kind of left out. Or sometimes they do feel left out. Although at the same time, I feel obviously we have Caring Connections, True Love, the Strength card, which is a very heart-centered card, and Acceptance with all these fruity cherries and things like that. So I feel a very loving energy here. Very warm, loving energy. They may feel very close to you or to their parents, one or both parents, or they have some really loving connections, very close personal relationships. I think they feel very cared for. They feel seen. I struggle financially or in a work situation, like maybe not making very much money, but working really hard. But they know how much you care for them, even if they can't communicate that to you. They love being held and hugged. There's very affectionate energy here from this child. I think they're very affectionate. They're definitely concerned about doing the right thing. They feel like there's been a lot of changes. And they understand it's for the better, even in their whatever level of understanding they have. But at the same time, they do fear change. But they do feel safe and secure in your love or in a parent's love. And they feel accepted and they feel wanted and they feel appreciated. I think you may say to this child, or many people say to this child, you know, of how loved and cared for they are, how handsome or beautiful they are, how smart they are, how like really like encouraging. I feel this child feels very encouraged. And that there's a gentleness. They're treated with gentleness and love, and they may be a very gentle, loving child. I think they can be hurt quite easily, though. They're very sensitive. They may be empathic, actually. There's a great level of sensitivity. And I like literally feel warmth emanating here. And it's actually cool in my room here. And they may have an animal that they really love, or if they would see a hurt animal, they really want to take care of it. Like they want to do the right thing. And the right thing for this child is a very love-centered child. We have another 5 here. So 5 may be significant. Maybe they're 5 years old, 5 or 10 years old. They love being held. So I'm also feeling, you know, a younger child. Like 5 and under more is the feeling I'm getting. Because they don't like to be left alone at all. So they may be on the younger side, but they do feel all this love. And like I said, there's a very empathic child, a very gentle child, a very loving child, a child who doesn't want anything or anyone to hurt. And if there is even a wounded animal or something, they have compassion. This says the power of 3 by 3. So we have the 3s, and then we have 3 5s here. Definitely may be significant. Maybe there have been recent big changes and you've been concerned of how they're dealing. So I think they've had a little bit of issue, but they're concerned more about you, but they still feel secure and safe and loved. They may really like pie or cake or something like that, or there's something regarding that, or cherries. Just a very sweet, sensitive soul. Beautiful. And they do feel on the younger side to me, on the younger side of even, we have under the age of 13, but they feel younger to me, possibly 8 years old. Very, very lovely child. So if you like that reading, please like it. Comment with a cherry or a flower if it resonated with you. And subscribe to my channel if you have not yet, please. I do upload new content every day, and I hope that blessed and encouraged you, and you have a wonderful and lovely day. I'm going to move on to pile number 5 now. Hi, pile number 5. This is your reading if you chose this pretty little tree. And this is what's going on with your child under the age of 13. We'll pull your cards and then we'll talk about it. I will in the future do a reading regarding children 13 and over. The energy is a little bit different, so we're good. First card is Chakra from the Chakra Oracle deck. We have Instinct. Next we have the King of Cups. And that's from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. From the Light Seers Tarot deck, we have the Two of Swords. And then from the Energy Oracle deck, we have Rest and Rejuvenation. Next, from the Wild Offering Oracle deck, we have Self-Acceptance. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our divine oneness, dear divine. Next, we have Mentor, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Shadow attributes, inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. And finally, we have Wisdom, card number 7. On a Wednesday with a waxing moon, let wisdom come and be renewed. Okay, with this child, I want to say they have a natural spiritual connection. They may have already lived many past lives. I feel like this child may be a reincarnated ancestor, however you view that. I think there's a strong family lineage. You know, particularly of a culture that possibly is really regarding of ancestors. Because this is this child is a very wise old soul. They may have a teacher or a mentor or a masculine figure that they're very connected to. This child could be a Scorpio or other water sign. But I feel they just have this very natural connection. They may sleep a lot too, but I think in their sleep, they're very connected to the spirit realm. They may not yet be that comfortable in a physical body. And it's going to take them a little while to really get into their physical body. I think they are connected to past lives. And they just have this very ethereal energy to them, like old soul. So this isn't their first time around. They may even have some anxiety and like really need that extra rest. They seem very deep. They seem like a very deep person. Like I say, old soul, they have the ability to teach, or in however they can apply wisdom. They are naturally spiritually connected, and they may get thoughts that, or downloads that actually bother them a little bit. So they really actually need extra sleep and rest and rejuvenation. They feel very, very laid back to me. They may be one of two siblings. Some of them may actually have a twin or a sibling very close in age. I feel a grandfather presence, a masculine presence. They are very in alignment with spirit. And I do think that, you know, if you see like different behaviors, like a fluctuation of behaviors, I would watch moon cycles. Because I feel this child is probably affected by moon cycles. But there's definitely another sibling or something around them. Or they have a close friend or a close, like a grandfather or someone they're really close to. There's like a similar energy around them. A duality. Like I said, they're very spiritually connected, very laid back. They are a child of depth. They are very in touch with their instincts. They're not fully grounded in this physical body at this point. And I do think because they've lived other lives. Sorry about that. If you believe in that. Either way, they're just like an old soul. And there's like divine purpose. I feel very Zen energy, even though they have an active brain. They are very intelligent and wise. We have the card number 7, 2, and 19, which equals a 10, new beginnings. So a very gentle yet connected, deeply spiritual and wise child. There may be an animal also that they're close to, but I feel like there's one significant connection. Like, the first thing I'm thinking is twins, but they could be a child close in age, or they have an animal that they're very close to, and it's like, or a grandparent or a masculine figure, a mentor, a teacher or something that they're very close to. All right, so this is what I have for you, pile number 5. If you like this, please like the video. And if this resonated, put a moon or something related to water in the comment section. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do upload new content almost every day. I hope that encouraged and inspired you in some way. And you have a beautiful and blessed day. I'm going to move on to pile number 6. Hi, pile number 6. This is your reading if you chose this green tree. And this is what's going on with your child or children under the age of 13. In the future, I will be doing a reading of children over 13 and over, since the energies are a little bit different. So we're going to start with a reading. We have from the Chakra Oracle deck, Mysticism. From the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, we have King of Pentacles. From the Light Seers Tarot deck, we have the Strength card. Next, from the Energy Oracle, we have Door to Personal Healing and Happiness, card number 34. From the Wild Offering Oracle deck, we have Abundance, Divine Beloved. Please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. I release my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. Next, from the Archetype deck, we have Judge, Balancing Justice and Compassion, Managing the Fair Distribution of Power. Shadow Attributes, Offering only destructive criticism, Misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. And from the Spell Magic Oracle deck, we have card number 42, Organization, Purpose, Planning, Efficiency, Now Come to Me So Easily. I think this child naturally attracts abundance of wealth, money, clothes, toys. I think they have a lot. They have a lot, and if they don't have a lot, they're able to attract it. Naturally. They don't have to do any work. It's just part of their energy. And I feel like they have a very rich inner life. They definitely have a divine connection and have a mystical type of energy about them. But I'm thinking of very much an earth sign as well, because they're very practically abundant. I think they're really into like their 5 senses. They like to experience textures and sounds and just all kinds of sensory information. I think they have a dual type of nature to them. They can be both like super outgoing and kind of charismatic, but then they'll withdraw into themselves, into their own fantasy world. So they can kind of work both sides. It's like the imagery of the strength card of the lion and the lamb. So there's that predator, strong, majestic energy, but that very gentle, kind, loving energy to them. This child may be very organized, which is not too typical for kids, or like things, they like things in a certain way, or they like you to do things for them in a certain way. And it has to be done that way. I think they feel very comfortable with routine. They don't like if their routine is changed. And part of what I'm thinking, maybe, and this is not for everybody, but there could be a few people who have an autistic child or who is on the spectrum. But that doesn't prevent them from having this very rich inner world. But they definitely like, this child will often and always say it's not fair. So they're looking for fairness and balance and justice and whatever happens. So they're like, if their sibling gets something, they want it. And they think that's only fair. A lot of kids say it's not fair, but this child is particularly concerned about fairness and having things in order and having things with a structure. They may like the color purple, they may like the color yellow. I am seeing this rainbow here. So I'm kind of thinking that this child may not be meet, like I said, a duality. So there's not a particular masculine or feminine energy necessarily. They work in both arenas. Like in the energies of both masculine and feminine. So I think they're a very colorful child. Maybe they do like coloring a lot, or like dealing with bright colors or things like that. They have their peaceful place. I do kind of hear some whining going on though. They whine when it's not fair, or they whine when it's not exactly organized the way they want it. And it doesn't mean it's your idea of organization, but they have their own idea. And like they're a very senses person, a person like in their five senses, and they enjoy all the fabrics and the touches and the food. I think they could just love food and love just physical sensations. I do feel a very a fullness, a completeness, a level of contentment with them. They do feel like a very content energy, unless if their equilibrium, unless if their like not schedule, but structure is disturbed. They could be very private, or like to keep things private. It's like, I do feel like they have their own little world, and like they like that world. And they want to continue that world. And the only time they are disturbed is when that world is disturbed. They could be around the age of 6 or 7. Doesn't have to be. I can see them as, one of those little kids who would sit there counting the Skittles or the M&Ms or something, and they're like divvying it up, and they will count and make sure that nobody has more than the other. So you have 4, I have 4, and then if there was an extra one, they'd probably eat it though. They wouldn't see that as unfair. They may have some chores to do and stuff, But they do like structure, and they function and operate best within structure. And you also have the 8 here. So we have 6, 7, 8. So maybe your child is around that age. Like I said, it doesn't have to be. So anyway, that's about all I have from here. I hope you liked that, and if that resonated, put a little, I don't know, let me see, something that symbolizes abundance in the comments. Whatever symbolizes abundance to you, or grapes or something like that in the comments if that resonated. Like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do that. I hope that inspired and encouraged you, and you have a beautiful and blessed day, and I hope you come back to my channel soon. Thank you. Goodbye.